Hey guys, I'm here with Jeff Clark. He's a legend in big wave surfing. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
So actually, I just heard you speak at a panel and you talked about fear, that fear is good for motivation. Can you speak a little bit more on fear and facing it?
Absolutely. You know, fear is what will keep you alive. And facing your fears, I mean, I've seen a lot of people train to surf Mavericks, and I've trained all summer, and they're in the best shape you could ever imagine a person to be in. But for something like Mavericks, the thing you have to conquer is the mind. You know, not everybody's cut out to surf Mavericks, and you either want it or you want to want it. And there's a big difference there. For me, I wanted it and I was going to get it, and I was going to do whatever I needed to do to get it, whether it be surfboards or training. For me, you couldn't keep me away from it.
And why was that? What was that, the mental training or the feeling that gave you that made you want to do it and not be able to get away from it?
The happiness and the joy and the being able to play with the most powerful wave, to be able to manage that kind of power, to be successful in that kind of power, to harness a wave that's 50 feet tall, to be able to catch it and ride it. And there's very few things in this world where you can play with that kind of mass and that kind of power. I mean, if one of those waves hit this building, it would flatten it.
That's so crazy. Like, weren't you scared for your life?
No, I'm not scared for my life surfing Mavericks. I'm scared for my life if I do something stupid, for sure. But that's where the fear comes in. You know that there's certain things you will not do. You could probably survive them, but you're getting closer to 50-50 odds on that. And that's not odds I want to play with. You know, I want to play with the 99% success rate.
Yeah.
And I know that I believe in my ability, I believe in my training, and I believe in my instinct.
Why do you believe in that? Is it something that you've honed over time?
It takes time to hone instincts, and you learn instinct by being in the ocean and noticing the pixels, as it were, that move in the ocean. Like, I saw a set coming the other day, and I go, "Set's coming," and don't go for any of these little waves. Well, I don't see anything. I go, it's going to be here in a couple minutes. I can see things miles offshore. Those little fine lines that move in the horizon, it's that awareness by being in the ocean. It's an awareness, and it's an integration of the ocean into your operating system, so that you feel the changes that are happening.
Do you think that has made you more in tune with your everyday life? Has being in the ocean that way helped you better navigate your life?
No, life's really a distraction.
You just want to be out in the waves the whole time?
Absolutely. No, it definitely makes me look at things differently. Like, I design boards for going through the water, and design boards that harness that power so that a surfer can catch a wave that big and be in total control of his destiny. And it's really just a very tuned in, focused. My mind never stops working on those projects of board design, wave design, situations I've been in, and everyone's different. Every wave's a snowflake. It's created in the heavens. It's that storm makes an impression in the ocean, and that ocean travels 1,000 miles before it hits my beach. And so and every swell has a different nature, a different behavior. It's like you take 10 different dogs, they all have different behaviors, and people, 10 different people. Yeah, they're not as easy to deal with as the dogs sometimes.
Yeah, we're a little crazy sometimes. Yeah. But what you're describing to me sounds like you're in flow. Like you're just so into every minute little detail, and you're so passionate about this, and you're always thinking about it, how you can perfect and become better. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. You know, okay, when I go out and surf Mavericks, I'll paddle out into the lineup, and it's a new swell, and I don't go for the first wave that I see. I'll paddle over a set or two or three and just slowly fine-tune my position to get me in better place, and before I know it, the light turns green, and I go. It's like the instinct. Over the years, I recognize that place that I'm in, that there's no question. I spin and I go. And
it seems like your actions almost become like you're not consciously like forcing it. It just happens kind of. I'm not even talking to the microphone. Like you're losing. I know, I'm so into it. Like you're kind of losing your consciousness. You're becoming one with what you're doing. Is that, is that what you feel?
You have to become one with your doing. You have to become one with what you're doing. And I'll get in the lineup and I'll just try to integrate myself and feel the nature of that swell, the behavior, the energy of that swell, those waves as they're standing up. And before, what will happen next is I'll spin and go and paddle back out, and I'll get myself back in the same place and spin and go, and I've got another one. But somebody will come up and go, "You got like 4 waves in the last. You got a wave in every set for the last 4 sets," and it's like, and then when you come, you're pulled out of it, right? And this outside stuff starts happening, and you need to go back to that mantra, not so much a mantra, but that integration once again to get back in tune to be successful. And sometimes the outside influences and distractions can take you out of that, and you may go for something that might be a mistake. And
so you kind of just have to know. You got to follow your instinct.
You got to follow your instincts, and you have to follow your instincts, and you have to be doing what you're doing for the right reason. That's key.
What do you mean by that? Be doing what you're doing for the right reason?
There's a lot of guys that come out to surf Mavericks because they want to get a picture, or their friend said they've shamed them into paddling out at Mavericks, or it's like you got to want to do this for you, not for any other reason, because you like big waves. You have the passion to ride big waves. That's where it all really happens.
No, I think that can be applied to whatever we do in our lives.
Yeah.
So did you ever get pushback from people, maybe close friends or family, thinking, what are you doing? It's not safe. Please stop this.
No, I didn't, because I told them about surfing Mavericks on a need-to-know basis. They didn't really need to know. And it wasn't until Riding Giants came out, like in 2002 or 2001, that my mom came to a premiere. "Jeffrey, you never said you were riding waves like that." No, I didn't. When you said be careful, I said I will. So, it's funny stuff like that, It's a story of following your dream, following your vision, knowing that, that is possible, and I think I can do it. And the time in the water, learning the nature of that environment to a point where I could understand it, I could read it really well, and I could play in it. Whether it's 2 foot or 20 foot, I was comfortable in it. And I knew that, you know, some waves would hold you down like you owed it money.
That's what, yeah, that's... So how do you overcome challenges in your life?
How do I overcome challenges? Would be, okay, like surfing in a contest, right? How do I overcome challenges in my life? We're surfing for the first time for me, Jaws, in the 2001 World Cup. It's 50 feet. And I've watched it, I've visualized it, and the day of the event, we launch our ski, and, you know, my partner's getting all crazy drinking. He's drinking, you know, just getting all amped up and out of control, and I get quiet. I'm going into battle. I'm not going to waste an ounce of energy on outward display of whatever, right? All my energy is going in. It's going into focus, mentally preparing for every situation to where I know exactly what I'm capable of, and I'm anticipating my reactions to the unknown.
You're in the zone.
I'm in the zone. Just when it's time for battle, I'll be there 100%.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I think we can all learn a lot from you.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it's been a pleasure, and I hope that everybody that goes out to get in the water, thinking about surf big waves, do your homework, train, spend some time in big waves, in bigger waves, work yourself up to it. Make sure you have the right equipment, the right attitude, and do it for fun.